Hey guys, this is Victor, the Wise Traditions Nutritionist, and today I want to speak to you about heavy metal toxicity and heavy metal detoxing. Very important topic, perhaps one of the most important things I've spoken about so far, because it's kind of an underlying cause for so many things. So you really need to be cautious because heavy metal poisoning is a very real thing. Probably all of us in the world, or at least the modern world, are suffering from it because it's just about everywhere. And when I say heavy metals, there are many of them, not just what's listed here, but these are the common ones that people hear about: the aluminum, the mercury, the arsenic, and lead. But there are many. It's not just these, okay? And the list is kind of growing because the abundance of these toxic heavy metals is increasing. It's showing up in more and more places, and then we get exposed to it in all of these different ways. Now, this is just a random list that I grabbed off the internet. You can go and search, and you'll see that there are just so many different ways that we are continuously exposed to heavy metals, and this is not a natural thing, right? So our environment, even our natural environment, the air, the water, etc., the food, it's accumulating these heavy metals because of us, right? Because of industrialization and pollution, and it's increasing rapidly. Okay, so heavy metal poisoning, heavy metal toxicity is on the rise, and it's not likely to decrease anytime soon. So we must protect ourselves. We must shield ourselves, and we must find a way to get these heavy metals out of our body. And so, why should we care about heavy metals? Well, they're toxic. And not only that, but if you're a person that suffers from Candida, you may have heard like there's all of these different symptoms associated with Candida or with SIBO. These are different kinds of bacteria, Lyme disease and such. They use heavy metals to build biofilms, to build a defense, and they become very difficult to get rid of. And so there are a lot of these protocols to take care of these things, but they often fail or they take a long time. And one of the reasons is because of the heavy metals. And we need to address the heavy metals with something else, something that can actually get them out. And even without the complications of bacterial overgrowth and infections and such, heavy metals do a lot of damage to us in many different ways. We know that autism is really on the rise, and I'm seeing stories and testimonials about children all the time that are just suddenly starting to speak and recover from autistic symptoms simply by removing the heavy metals, and it's a wonderful thing to see. But of course, a lot of us, our health, our wellness is declining because of the heavy metals, and we're suffering from all of these different things. So, anyway, we need to get the heavy metals out. And there are these chelation therapies and all of these different chelation protocols, and there have been for years, but they take a long time. They're very difficult, they're risky, they're complicated. A lot of people are not able to do them. Their focus is narrow, meaning that they're targeting specific heavy metals, and it's just not easy to do. And so they have very moderate success rates. Now, they are miraculous when they do work, but again, it's very difficult. So even me myself, I have never done any chelation protocol. I've dreamed about it, I've wanted to do it, because even though I am well, I know that heavy metals are building up in my body. And I would like to be able to take care of that before my body reaches a tipping point. So I want a way to clean my body and to shield myself against against the heavy metals. And chelation therapy, it's just really not the thing. It's not something I can point people to good chelation therapies, but I don't consult or coach about it because it's complicated. I just tell people, yeah, you need to get the heavy metals. You need to get the heavy metals out. And so I have avoided using chelation therapies or recommending them, but now I know a very safe, easy way to detox naturally. And this is actually zeolite. And I've known about zeolite for years. I've recommended it for years. But zeolite was also very complicated because there are hundreds of different zeolites, and a lot of them are not good. They're very popular in the industry for many different purposes, for cleaning water, in agriculture, for cleaning food, for the animals, etc. But for human use, it's always been kind of a gamble. And so I've been looking for years, and there was a wholesale product I liked, but that was really not so usable. And now I have found a company that I really trust, and it makes it really safe and easy. And so I want to explain that to you. I'm going to explain the product. You don't have to buy product from me. There's a lot of people to get product from. I am selling the product, just to let you know. But again, I'm talking about just basic principles here in this video. Everything you can find science behind on PubMed and elsewhere. So anyway, what can we do? As I mentioned, there is this zeolite, and the real beauty here of this product is it's a sublingual spray. So it's really easy. It's just a small spray bottle. Actually, I have it right here. So it's really easy to use. It's easy to take with you. It's called Pure Body Extra Strength, or PBX for short. It's safety tested, third party safety tested. I've researched the heck out of it. I've been watching and seeing the people that are using it. Really good stuff. You can see the data sheets. What I'm showing you here is all available on the web to give you the details on how it's tested. It's from the US. The special thing about this is the size. So it's a very, very tiny particle size. We say nano zeolite. Liquid zeolite means it's already put in water, so it's very easy for us to use. And so this alone can detox the heavy metals. However, we can greatly augment this with a few other things. And so I'm going to show you a few options. The next thing that's really important is this super green juice. And the super green juice is really nice because it has 44 superfoods, 100% organic. So it's just a great source of nutrition all by itself. But it's created to work synergistically with the zeolite. And as you can see here, it's all organic, certified, etc. And it's, again, 44 different things are in this powder. And it's specifically engineered or designed or put together to assist you during the detox. The zeolite is doing the heavy lifting, but the green juice is also helping out. And the company actually sells them packaged together for convenience. A lot of people will just use the zeolite, but it seems to be more effective if you are using the green juice with it. I'm also using both. And I don't use the green juice every day, but the PBX, the zeolite, every day, 3 times a day. So anyway, just a quick intro to those. The third thing is, again, another zeolite product, which is a micron size or a micronized zeolite. And this is more to target the digestive system. And the two of them work together. So again, there's a synergy here. And again, it's in a small bottle. And this one works with a dropper. So you can just put 4 drops on your tongue, or put it in water and drink it. Or again, just put it in your mouth and just drink something to wash it down. The spray, again, is just a spray. It's meant to be absorbed directly in the blood through your mouth. And the liquid drops are meant to go to the digestive system. Okay, finally, I want to mention bentonite clay. And I don't sell the bentonite clay directly. You can actually get bentonite clay basically anywhere in the world. It's much cheaper, it's more readily available. You still want to make sure you're getting a good, clean product, but bentonite clay has been used for a very long time, and you can get it in many places around the world. Many different places are famous for it. Animals eat clay in nature, and of course we know where we can get the best ones. So again, it's readily available. I don't really need a special source for the bentonite clay. And I'm recommending it here because actually bentonite clay is very similar to zeolite. So they're different but similar. So they complement each other. They can be taken together. And so using bentonite clay is another way to help assist with the detox. And I'm going to explain again in more detail why I'm talking about these four different things. And does it really matter? So, yes, it does matter. And again, you could do it with just the first one, just the sublingual spray. But I want to explain more about detoxing heavy metals because we really want to be able to tune the power and the reaction as we go through the detox. And nobody knows what your own personal body toxicity is or your environment. Okay, there's no way for us to know this 100%. So we're all different. So we want the power, the ability to be able to tune the experience, to tune the power of the detox and the power of our reaction. And when I say reaction, I'm talking about something that we call like a Herxheimer reaction or a die-off reaction or a detox reaction. It means sometimes when you're pulling the bad things out, you'll feel bad, like you're catching the flu. You might get headaches, you might get acne, a lot of different symptoms. And there are a couple of reasons for this. So one, as you pull out the heavy metals and other toxins, because actually the zeolite pulls out a lot of different things, not just heavy metals. It pulls out a lot of other toxins, I should say. And as your body detoxes, it will release more toxin because it sees that it is now able to detox. So it will release toxins into the bloodstream. And if it's doing that too quickly, you might get a negative feeling from that. You might not feel so great. And so we want to be able to adjust that. The second reason that you get this Herxheimer reaction or die-off is that the zeolite, in attacking the heavy metals, it also is attacking mold and other things, but with the heavy metals, it will break up biofilms. And a biofilm is a shield that overgrown bacteria like Candida, SIBO, etc., Lyme, they can create. And so the zeolite can break down the biofilm. And when that happens, your body can now attack those microbes and you'll get die off. And then you'll get, again, potentially this die off reaction from that. So we really want to be able to tune the power and the reaction. And that's why I mentioned the four different things. And we want to be able to go slow and steady. That is the safe way, the gentle way. And again, this is a beautiful thing about the zeolite. It's a very gentle detox to begin with. And then it has this ability to really fine tune so that we can avoid this Herxheimer reaction, this die-off reaction. Many people don't feel anything at all, actually, but if you do, you have ability to deal with it. And the first thing you want to do, you want to make sure you're drinking enough fluids. In any detox protocol, whenever you're trying to amplify the detox in your body, you want to make sure you're drinking more water, more fluids to help flush things out. The zeolite basically goes through your body in 6 hours. And you want to make sure you're helping that along by getting enough of the fluids in there, drinking enough water. Okay, so more specifically, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into this. And again, when I'm talking about this zeolite, this sublingual spray, this PBX, Pure Body Extra Strength, very easy, very convenient to use. And the dosage is 4 sprays 3 times a day. You basically want to keep it flowing through your body all day long for like 18 hours. It's about a 6-hour cycle. So you spray it in the morning, you spray it in the middle of the day, and you spray it later at night. I basically do mine at night, some point in the middle of the day, and then before I go to bed at some point. And the great thing about this is you can, if you feel like, wow, okay, I'm getting a bad headache, I feel like I have a flu, you can back it off to 1 spray a day. Or if you're giving it to a small child. And by the way, this zeolite is safe for everybody, every age, whether you're pregnant, whether you're a toddler, anybody. It is a completely safe product. And again, the dosage is really easy to adjust. Now, in addition to dosing between 1 and 4 sprays, you always want to go 3 times a day. Like I said, you want to keep it going through the body. You want to keep the zeolite there so it continues to catch the toxins. You can back it off to 1 spray a day. If you're still feeling an effect, you could even spray it into water. This is not really diluting it. We say it's diluting it, but that's not exactly true because you're still putting the same amount of the zeolite into your body. However, now you're going to give it a chance to get into your digestive system more. And before it gets into the blood, it's probably going to pick up some toxins in the digestive system. It might also bypass some of your detox pathways and go directly out. So you should get a gentler response. It's very rare that anybody ever does this, but again, it's another option that you have. Like I jumped into just 4 sprays straight off, and I did have a mild headache, and then that went away after a while, especially after I added the green juice. I didn't feel it anymore. Not the green juice, when I added the other zeolite, which I'm going to mention after. So anyway, you can really adjust the dosage, so you can adjust how you respond to your detox. And again, this zeolite is going to grab heavy metals from everywhere in your body at the cellular level. It will reach everywhere. It will cross the blood-brain barrier. So it will find the heavy metals wherever they are, and it will pull them out, and they will exit your body harmlessly. And as I mentioned before, the other thing is it's breaking the biofilms. So it is enabling your body to kill off things that maybe your body couldn't kill off before. Okay, so, and that's just the one product. So with that dosage, you've got the flexibility. Now, the super green juice that I mentioned, this gives you more flexibility because, again, as I said, it's designed to be synergistic. It supports all your detox pathways, your liver, kidneys, etc. So, for example, I often mention to people to take things like dandelion and milk thistle and curcumin or turmeric, artichoke. Those things are already in this powder. So I really don't need to recommend an additional supplement when they're going through a detox protocol. This green juice powder is providing it, and it's actually in a more convenient way because you're making a drink. And again, we want to encourage people to drink more. So this green juice powder, it's convenient. It's actually quite tasty. It's refreshing, etc. And it's providing additional detox capability with things like spirulina, chlorella. Um, what's that spice I wrote down here and I'm forgetting the name of? The cilantro is actually itself known for being able to kind of chelate the heavy metals. So anyway, the green juice powder is providing a lot of different support, so I highly recommend it. It's something that I am doing also myself. And again, as I mentioned, basically I'm healthy, but I want to still detox and shield myself, so I'm going to keep it in my diet. All right, so moving on to the next thing that I had listed before, the other zeolite, the one in the drops. And this one is really designed to target your digestive system. And again, the dosage is like the same. It's 4 drops 3 times a day. So again, it's easy to adjust. You can reduce it all the way down to 1 drop. And again, this is targeting your digestive system. And it's also, again, it's detoxing the heavy metals, along with things like mold and mycotoxins, etc. And it's just as convenient. So one of the things I like about both of these is the convenience, because I myself am lazy. I love clay, but I often don't prepare my clay. And having these 2 bottles, the 2 zeolites, is really easy. I can even bring them with me. They're portable. So anybody is able to maintain this very easy, continuing detox. And it's okay if you miss. It's not like you have to spray all the time, but it's just easy to do it. So I really like that. All right, so again, the bentonite clay, as I mentioned, it also is helping to assist. And of course, you can adjust bentonite clay. It's just cheap. It's readily available. Not as easy to use because you've got to take the powder, you've got to mix it in the water, so you've got to have a glass available. It's easy, but not as easy as having these convenient spray bottles. And sometimes it's all about how many things can we implement into our lifestyle, right? So again, all right, nobody knows the toxicity in your body or your environment. So you can use just the one tool, just the one spray will be able to detox the heavy metals. But if you feel that you need to increase the power, I don't know how sick you are, right? We don't know how difficult your situation is, how urgent the need is. It takes time no matter what. It's going to take time. This is not something that you do and you use for a week. It is something that you do for many months or something that you continue doing. For me and my family, I'll do it forever because heavy metals are not going away. And heavy metals, the heavy metal toxicity is the root cause of many issues. Not, whether it's Candida, whether it's SIBO, whether it's Alzheimer's, dementia, so many different things. Look into it, do the research. Don't trust what I'm telling you. Heavy metal toxicity is why most protocols fail. If you're in a protocol and you think it should be working, but it's not addressing heavy metals, look into the PBX and the PB. These things can really help you out. And so now, look, this used to be a very difficult thing with the chelation protocols. Now we have a very safe, easy solution that can be used by anyone. And that's about it. Sorry if it was too long, but I wanted to get the message out. I just want to help you heal yourself, shield yourself, and live your life. And if you want to know even more, go sign up for my course. You can go online, buy the products. You can join the groups. You'll see I'm in a lot of different groups online and forums and various places. And I'm trying to get the message out there. I got a lot of different stuff in my online protocol because, of course, I also want you to eat well. Really, this is the key to maintaining a healthy, strong body, staying young, etc. So you get these heavy metals out, you keep them out, and feed yourself well. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I hope you subscribe. And good luck staying healthy. I'll see you around.